Otherwise, the damage output this team is going to have, I think, is pretty stable. You've got a really nice scaling comp, and Afrika, it feels like they got a pretty meta comp here. Dread didn't get his Olaf, but otherwise I think everybody on the side of Afrika is very happy with this. And on the side of Hanwha Life Esports, a little bit weird they left the Orianna open, didn't commit to the Twisted Fate mid. Feels like there was some indecision in this draft on the side of Hanwha Life that might come back to bite them.
Well, I mean, as long as they build magic resist, I think they're going to be fine, to be honest. Because there is way too much magic damage on the side of Afrika. They all do magic damage. Even Bang on the Kai'Sa, he could go Nash's Tooth just to fit in with his friends, you know? He's not going to do that because they need someone to do something physical to this enemy team. But we'll see whether it's going to work out here for Hanwha Life Esports, who certainly do have the more rounded damage profile on there. Come in and try and get some work done against Dread. Level 4 for both of our junglers is now a bit of an engage. Vista goes in. Lahens, though, just going to walk his way out. And it looks like Hanwha Life are going to get priority, despite the fact that Bang does get a bit of damage down. That's going to be the smite. And Arthur does pick that one up. Good undertow there on a couple of members, as Gravity Storm is good. Arthur still just running away, but Dread not able to actually follow up with any kill or anything like that as he gets himself into this brush. This is actually getting a bit dangerous, as Arthur might need to step back, as Dread does steal away the big chicken.
He really doesn't want to give these up, but unfortunately he just doesn't really have a choice in these.
Morgan up here, getting pushed in now, but he's doing great as far as the farm is concerned, but he's a Renekton against an Ornn. He's probably going to have free farm. The thing that's scary is that Ornn also gets a bit of a free lane here, as Arthur's making his way up. Dread's here. Morgan actually losing out on this trade quite effectively, as Dread's going to take an undertow, and now they're going to try and turn it. There's the Ornn on Keen, flashing early. Knockup does land onto the Renekton. First blood goes over to the Olaf, but it's traded back immediately. A couple of fronts, but Lahen's taking a lot of damage here. The Ignite actually ticking down onto him, as Keen has full health. Morgan as well has made his way in, so some burly boys in on this fight, but a bit too split on the side of Afrika. And also Bang is on the bottom side of the map, and Dread has started off this Drake.
Yeah.
We'll see whether Hanwha are going to be able to actually contest this one. No teleport from Morgan.
Late. Yeah,
he's making his way down. Keen's nowhere near this fight, and Deft also not able to get in. The 50-50 won by Dread, and Afrika are just going to walk their way out.
And it didn't change, okay.
Oh, no. Well, he might get a kill. That would be good news, as Keen down to about 200. Morgan's still looking for this dive as he gets under the turret. Slice and dice will be available. There's the flash forward. Stuns not even necessary, as Morgan just wipes the floor with the Ornn.
Yeah, it's a proxy.
He's in the enemy nexus. Is this his singed cosplayers? We've got an engagement here towards the bottom side. Fly immediately eradicated, and Hanwha Life gonna try and press on forward. Arthur stops for a second.
He can just rotate around. Now he's like, okay, I got my demolition again. And Keen misses the ult.
Well, the flash forward, everyone misses everything. Morgan's doing the walking away slowly tactic, and it's working so well. One auto attack, that's all they got for that one. As Keen invested flash, Ornn, they lost the turret. This is a disaster. Go next.
They have to take a fight, and I think this is the timing to do so. They're going to look for it.
They're going to go for it here, as Deft is going to immediately dash away using that Gale Force. Now trying to get into position as the teleport comes through from Chovy. He will join up with this, as that's a great attract repel stun. Fly is going to go down. The Ragnarok's going to stop that shockwave from doing anything at all. And the Olaf's just popping off in this fight. 2 kills already. Keen going to go down also. Chovy grabs that kill, and unfortunately, Afrika thought that was their moment. But this is getting really, really hard for Afrika. You can see the jungle lit up like a Christmas tree. Lahen's, going for the longest walk ever, but he's going to have to walk over like 15 control wards to get into a backline. Ornn once again comes down as Chovy's going to flash it. Over the wall goes Arthur as Lahen's. Very deep, but is at least going to get the headbutt back. In goes Bang to try and take down Chovy, but they're so far behind. The Magnet Storm value is gigantic. Kai'Sa already dead. Keen's going to die as well. It's another double kill for this Olaf. Make it a triple as Fly trying to run for the hills. Lahen's as well. I mean, is this going to be the Olaf Penta? Are we going to do it? As there it is. The quadra kill comes forward. Deft steals away the Penta like a jerk, but the game is over. Hanwha Life are just going to cruise to a victory at 32 minutes. And Afrika, it felt like they just did nothing and then lost the game, as Deft gives a big old thumbs up, goes golden.
It's been around for a really long time, and there's a lot of history. And even though we had a lot of retirements, some of these players are sticking around long term and still are playing with the best at the top level. So take a look at our damage graphs here. The damage that you see across the board here is just pretty weak for Afrika. They weren't able to force any fights on their terms. And
Yeah.
I mean, look at when you see a Kaisa that's at 5.6 who didn't lose lane, didn't get crushed in lane. It's like, okay, well, you just didn't get a chance to fight ever. Gonna have lane priority there very easily, especially when it's a Pantheon and a Camille. Like, you're just really gonna be on the back foot. You can't be very proactive with this comp, especially, you know, pre-6. So you hit 6, you can start moving around, you can start matching a lot of these rotations. But it feels like the top lane is going to be completely controlled by Hanwha Life Esports, and as the longer the game goes on, the Kog'Maw is going to start to scale up really well, and this is just a terrifying draft. I mean, it's out of the meta, the Kog'Maw that we're seeing here, but I trusted its depths. I mean, he played it in Kespa Cup with the Lulu. This time it's with a Thresh. It's a much safer composition. It has a clear theme and identity. You know, I feel like this is going to be a really hard game to execute for Afrika Freaks. Like, it's going to be way harder for their comp to actually hit its strides.
The thing that I'm interested in, though, is the Gragas, right? Like, this is a matchup that we've been, you know, we used to see well back in the day, which did work out very well for the Gragas in that instance.
And, you know, like, the matchup into the Twisted Fate, hold that thought.
Whoa, early flash, as Vista's going to have to flash away from it. Bang taking a lot of damage from Deft here, as the Caustic Spittle actually connecting as well. Very nicely trading, as, you know...
And it can be very aggressive in the lane. It is Talia that is paired with him, so very dangerous mid lane. Lens is going to look for a very aggressive taunt.
Yep, Seismic Shove is fantastic. That shield not able to work out. Arthur does manage to pick up the Rift Scuttler at least, and Chovy grabs the follow-up kill immediately. He flashes away, and now Vista could just be in trouble. Deft is back in base. And Vista, remember, does not have a flash available. Body Slam comes on in. Seismic Shove's too easy on the flashless target, and they just take away the Thresh. Lane shoved and not give him this opportunity to clear it and leave. As another stun comes out, Arthur holding on to the shield once again, and now the Destiny comes in. Dread has to flash. Chovy doesn't have his available, as now Bang could be in trouble, but Vista getting taken down first. Deft trying to fight this one out. Arthur roaming on over as Chovy now slowed down. Deft takes down Bang though, and now Lahen's forced into this alcove. Chovy trying to roam on down, as Lahen's just buying as much time as he can for the cavalry to get in. There's the gold card, but not actually locked just yet. Chovy finds it in the end, and Lahen's will go down. Arthur once again with a phenomenal shield as he tries to get out, and does so effectively. Deft just free hitting this whole time. And Afrika, unfortunately, they had such good control early.
Got a lead, the Twisted Fate matchup that you want to be ahead in. You've got you know, Chovy's got a lead there, and now they can start to control the top side. Here they go.
See if they can actually stop this one, as in goes the man drop. Dread is going to lock down the Rift Herald as Arthur once again. Pretty good shield, but this time the cask is great. It is going to be that 1-for-1 trade so far, but Chovy goes down low, takes the lantern to get out. Morgan trying to be a hero as Vista, the 3-man Flays just fantastic just before Morgan does go down. The Wildcards pick up the kill. I don't think that this one's going to work out, as Vista's life has been thrown away so many times. Two melees trying to run after Vista here, but the crunch is going to get in, and Keen will lock down that kill. So good trade there for...
This is a pretty scary position to be in.
Yep, Vista's dead, but Arthur's going to dive on forward. Vista actually survives for a very long time, and Dread is taken down. Deft taking hold of this team fight. Lahen's eventually gets rid of the Thresh. As Fly, he has to get out of here. Hextech Ultimatum. Lahen's just dashes over the wall, but there is a thing called a hook shot, and that means that Morgan's going to lock down that kill. Keen now trying to run away, and Deft Keen doesn't want him there whatsoever. Teleports both of our top laners though, and Afrika are going to move over here. Destiny comes through. Hanwha Life now able to move on over pretty comfortably. We'll see whether this is going to be that 50-50 as the teleport from the Gnar comes in, and they do lock down the Drake. Chovy off to the side, has pretty good positioning as in goes Arthur, but immediately he's flung back, gets a huge amount of health with the Gore Drinker on 5, but still, the cask is going to lock him down now. Dread trying to fight against Deft, who's 1v3 right now, and that is not what you want as the Kog'Maw. Chovy, he's got a gold card, but he's against 4 people trying to still fight this one out, as everyone is trying to be a hero, and it's not working for Hanwha Life. One after the other after the other. Do give this one away, understanding that pressure is not on their side, and they'll try and take what they can from the map as Arkeen fighting Morgan. Chovy just fighting the turret. Destiny comes in just for Chovy to check whether it's okay to dive. Morgan very, very low as Stand United does come in. A lot of shielding as he takes the lantern, flashes out of the way. Vista getting on in there. Decent stun from Arthur as the party cast comes through as well in celebration as Bang now joins the team. And yeah, you might Destiny to see them all there, but the amount of rotational power from Afrika is too damn high. Huge. And he is going to be, right? He has a huge CS advantage. Okay. Vista gets over that wall. Stand United on top of Fly. Destiny comes on in. The party cask as Chovy might just go down. He has the stopwatch, but he can't even use it as Arthur has to flash away. Deft zoned out by Dread. And Afrika will say, all right, well, Chovy's dead. He's dead for 45 seconds. The Baron is out.
Yeah, and it's a Baron that parlays into Infernal Soul as well. Arthur getting completely shoved away. A lot of pings in the mid lane here for Hanwha Life Esports, but I don't think they can actually rush this one down. They're going to try for it, but if Freaks know, there's a teleport.
But there's a teleport that is going to come through. Morgan over the wall, and they have to try and get this as fast as they possibly can. Deft gets as much damage in there as possible, and he is going to be able to get it with the help of Morgan. Morgan now looking to try and trade for Fly before he gets out, but he's just exploded with that Kai'Sa damage. And now, yes, you managed to get the Drake, boys, but you are going to lose your lives for it. And Afrika with Baron buff might just be able to push to win.
I think so.
This is pretty scary. Chovy's going to be back up again. Vista does flash to get himself out of the way as Voidseeker does find the Thresh.
2 inhibitors going to make this even harder.
Yep, Bang actually a little bit caught by himself as in goes Morgan. Hextech ultimatum is there as Arthur getting taken down very low. The cask is fantastic to split up the fight. A 2-man now, the Cogmore already dead. Instant double kill for Dread on the Talia. And Afrika will win another fight. They're not wasting any time in this game. They want to get to number 3 and see whether they can take down Hanwha Life Esports, much like they did against T1 earlier, and put themselves in the conversation for the west side of the bracket. Chovy goes golden, but that's just to see the end of his Nexus as he has.
Right? So we're going to take a look at some of our post-game stats. And we saw the early invade. We saw, those skirmishes happening on the bottom side of the map. They forced the attention to be away from the top side of the map. They forced the attention to be on the bottom side for Hanwha Life Esports, and their comp is designed to snowball top, and it just did not happen. The damage for Morgan in this game, 4.8. That is not what he wanted. That is not what this comp was supposed to have. Results-wise here, this is not what you're looking for, but it's a lot of that comes from that aggressive pressure we saw. Non-stop rotations early on for Afrika on the bottom side.
Yeah, it was really smooth. That's exactly what I was illustrating, right? Morgan just left on his own, Keen utterly dominating that lane, and I think that was where things fell apart, and really good capitalization from Afrika. So Keen much more stable this time around. He had a bit of a shocker. Looking at my minimap all the time. But that's a good way of being able to do both. It actually has helped my mental as well, not actually looking at chat, so maybe that's a good thing. Playing League of Legends in Korea, if you speak Korean, can be pretty awful, but if you don't speak Korean, it's fantastic, because you're allergic to the flame. Oh, so good. Sorry, you're immune to the flame. Allergic is the opposite of what I meant. But that's fine, because we're finally back into the game, guys. We were talking for a long time about windowed monitors and things like that. Woohoo! But now, finally, we got some League of Legends that we can actually delve into as Hanwha Life back on the blue side. And we'll see what...
I was very impressed. And we're going to see aggressive trading here.
Deft going down very low. Great double pulverize there from Vista to try and buy some space, and he does so effectively. Lehens still burning down as Cleanse and Ignite now on cooldown. Bang holds onto his heal.
We are going to see Arthur rotate over his spot.
Oh, Chovy's in trouble. As Arthur comes in, there's Ernie mode, trying to take down these chickens, fighting with Dread a little bit, as we've got a battle in the mid lane as well. Couple of different fronts here as Fly moving on over to Dread. Arthur will stun up the Pantheon, but the stun is going to be returned, and the flash out from Arthur is a big problem. In goes Bang, actually. Blade whirling around in amongst 3 members. Dread is going to close in, though, as Fly and Chovy continuing to fight. Arthur now having to get out. The flash forward from Lehens was very odd, but the Ignite, no, not actually ticking down, as Vista very close to death, but he'll also get under there. The flash has to be invested, and now Deft is in trouble as well. Turret shots being taken, spears not connecting, and Deft trying to get some autos over this wall. Gleaming Quill not able to get too much done, and the sidestep on the Voidseeker is good, but I think this isn't over.
The jungle and kind of collapse in there on the bottom lane. Ends up working out really well for Afrika. And the Sudir pick, it's not too late. So Arthur will get this. Okay, we're gonna see a fight. I'll let you
Yeah, Shockwave comes in. They're looking to lock down the Pantheon before anything can really start. As Morgan comes on in, Fly throws out the ultimate. It's not going to do enough damage as the party cask comes down from Morgan as well. Lehens going down extraordinarily low. Rakan's so squishy right now, and Arthur easily just boops him with Hobbs form.
As Afrika looking for more than just a Drake here. They want to get both objectives.
Yep, barrel comes in from Morgan. Arthur is still in the area as he hops on over in Tibber's form. Cast comes in. Fly takes a fair bit of damage, but it's not really going to be doing enough as Vista finally turns up. The 4v4 is on as the stun is great onto Morgan, but he's pretty tanky right now. Shockwave comes in. That's going to grab Lehens, but the trade is already there. And Keen dashing around as this Crocodile, but it's just going to be taken down there. Double kill for Chovy. Is this going to be his well-deserved Pog vote? I think it is, because that's a Quadra.
Get that up. Well, you get that going very early and use that pressure in the mid lane to control the bottom Drake fights. As Keen is going deep here. They're looking for a big dive. Chovy is
flash out immediately, and there's the man drop. So Dread certainly knew what was up. That's the 3-man Shockwave. Like that one a lot, but still, priority here onto the mid lane, and they do share a bunch of plate gold by taking that one down. But still, if you're Chovy,
and just giving over so much extra turret plate gold. So meanwhile,
oh no, it's a cow and a bear and a lady, and they want to kill Bang. They should be able to as well. Vista, yeah, he's got his ultimate. He's able to tank up that turret for days, and Afrika just a little bit too late on the rotation. There's going to be no troubles for Chovy to get towards things like Void stuff and extra damage whenever he wants to, and now they're just winning fights. Deft, Killer Instinct's over. That's the grand entrance from Lehens as Arthur just chasing down Dread and the Rakan. Deft should be able to get to this kill easily. Pops the Pantheon. And they'll take away a blue buff as well as Lehens. Yeah, no options right now.
Zooming around. Like, this is maybe the earliest we've seen all season.
Whoa, there's the flash headbutt pole. There's the stun comes through. That's the boot back onto Lehens, but he's very mobile. Bang, not so lucky. He'll be taken down by Deft despite the blade well, and Keen teleports in, but now he's like, no, I don't really want to be here. Slices and dices, gets himself out, but Bang is still going to pay the price.
You know, you see one more attempt here on the Chovy.
Yep, good stun is the flash forward, and that's going to lock down the Orianna. Big shutdown gold going to Dread. Deft looking to catch that.
They bought a pickaxe and a phage.
Yeah, it looks like we're going Sterix as quickly as we can. Of course, the item combo is busted on this patch, so you can understand it, as Arthur is going to find Keen, but he runs pretty quick. As now you can see the Gragas moving on down. Chem tanks are online, and Morgan's looking for his target. The Shockwave onto 3. Chovy's trying to make his playback as Keen dives on top of him. The Pulverize is there, though, and Vista says, give me the Pog. Chovy picks up an instant double, and one goes over to the Gragas as well for good measure. Make that 2 as Deft will pick up the 5th. That's going to be the ace, and Home Alive, they can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want. They've got a Drake available they could take. They've got a Baron available they could take.
Sort of appreciate it.
I just, like, the thing is, they don't have vision, so Vista shows himself here, and they're taking so long to take it. There's an argument where Arthur takes us away. He's
booking it. He's trying to get on in here. We'll see whether he can actually get towards the dragon, and it's not going to happen.
Seconds, so I don't think they're going to be able to get any inhibitors here. Unless the Freaka Freaks have a bad engage. They're going in on Chovy once again.
Yeah, Chovy's going to have to utilize this Zhonya's very effectively. He denies the stun there as Arthur comes on in. There's the Shockwave onto a couple of members. Dread very, very low. Deft all the way into the back line. This is a disaster. Samira going to be focused down. Deft trying to kite this one as Dread jumps on top of him, but he's dead. That's the best form of CC as Fly now trying to get away from Arthur, getting away from Udyr. Don't make me laugh. Boop to death. And there is the game. This should be Home Alive mowing down the mid lane with the last couple of seconds of their Baron buff and taking game number 3.
Yeah, we've got a few waves coming through, so they should easily be able to push these turrets down. And that's what I was saying. A Freaka Freaks with a pretty bad engage there. They look for Chovy. He has his Zhonyas, and the rotation speed of this composition is just so fast. And the fact that Deft is able to just walk into the faces of a Freaka Freaks without anyone punishing him is just the story of the game.
And Vista, nice pulverize here as we're just celebrating at the end. Deft picking up a couple of celebratory kills, and that's another one going over to the Udyr as well. As we're going to check out the post-game stats. A lot of damage coming out of the Kai'Sa and the Gragas, but I think all of the plays are from that guy at the bottom. Vista having a really, really good game.
Yeah, Chovy had some really nice plays as well. Chovy empowered them in these team fights. Even his side laning that forced some team fights for Afrika, where Afrika felt desperate to actually try to collapse onto him, did get turned around a lot, and some good decision making across the board for Hanwha Life Esports. I think when they're playing a standard meta comp, they look fantastic, and when they get ahead, they know how to control the map. Sure, they gave up the Drakes, but they took every team fight in their favor. They punished Drake takes, and I mean, I think a lot of this goes back to the draft, right, where you saw the heavy commitment to the Pantheon, which didn't end up doing much for them on the mid or bottom side of the map. The Renekton pick into the Gragas was